Can you dig it? It is Wednesday, October 25, 20 and the 23 on, the Mayan calendar, 3:52 p.m. It's after hours, but I wanted to check in because I didn't feel like recording a video yesterday. I remember I was at one point, I'm like, I need to go down the stairs and watch the Phillies Diamondbacks game before I inadvertently find out what happens, or I can record a video. So, boom, I was in the basement watching the game. So, I am with you today on this Wednesday. And let's see, we were downtown to Chinatown today during the trading day, down nearly $13,000, but we are up over $1,100 after hours. Let's go through the positions that are expiring this week. AbbVie calls, all the calls are probably looking really good because the market has been just playing shoots and ladders and taking the ladder down or the chute down to Candyland, um, falling into the molasses. AbbVie 157.50 calls at 86% profit. We have 135 Amazon call, 133 Amazon call, both of which unfortunately are doing well. Amazon does report on Thursday. I think it's after hours though, Thursday after the hours, but I know Amazon was really taking it on the chin today. Kind of a sympathy trade based on Google's earnings results yesterday. Google didn't grow their or didn't yeah they didn't grow their cloud business as much as the market would like to see. CRISPR almost at 100% profit, so we'll need to probably close those out and then see what we have to do because CRISPR has been really making me ill, feeling a little nauseous. As you can see today, CRISPR down to $40.12. Hello. As most of the market has been selling off, especially today. Canadian Solar, I'm just going to have to take possession of those and then start selling covered calls for less than what I pay for them, just to get some action back in, bring the cost basis down. Shouldn't be too hard. And then once interest rates come down, if I'm still holding the stock, then Canadian Solar should begin to perform again. Datadog, these $84 puts are not doing well because Datadog is at what, $82? Closed at 82 flat. So I'll take possession of those at 84 likely because I like Datadog a lot. In fact, I bought another 100 shares of Datadog today. So $95 calls doing well. We'll probably close those out because they're almost at 100% profit. Same with John Deere at 98%. Fastly calls are good, but puts are bad. Where did Fastly end the day? It should be close to that number. 1424, but they're down over 5% today. So they could likely, and again, tomorrow's Thursday, so we got 2 trading days left. I think tomorrow we might be really testing hopefully some support in the S&P. We'll talk about that in a minute. Otherwise, we're going to be holding on for dear life, white knuckling it back down to probably 3,500 on the S&P. Hey, that sounds gloomy. I still am holding out hope that we're actually going to be going to 30 or up to 4,600, and I'll discuss that in a brief moment. Gilead, $79 calls. Hey, why is that only at 40%? Is that because of earnings? No, a little pressure coming on the Gilead. How about that? Little pressure on the $79 calls, 78.39. So I'll need to update my Gilead individual trade spreadsheet because I did update Merck today because Merck was like, man, every time I do it though, I'm like, I feel better about myself because when I got into Merck, I got in at like $111. I think just over $111 a share, and it's currently trading at like 104. Hello. But I did update. In fact, let's go to it right now, and there it is. So I did update Merck today. Move your big head just for a moment. So I'm in it for 44,463 beginning on June 9th. So I paid $111.15 a share for 400 shares, sold a call, collected a dividend, sold another call, rolled a call, another call, roll your boat, call here, another dividend there. And then just today, I sold 110 calls, 4 contracts for 140. So that currently puts me at $1,960 in my Hobby Lobby Holly Oxenfree wallet for 154 days in the trade. It's only 10.4% annualized, but that's pretty nice when I consider that, I thought I was, deep down in my whiskey. On Merck, we're actually doing, pretty good at 10.4%. But if someone came along and wanted to take those shares back at 111, then I'll just cough them up. Same with Gilead. So we'll keep an eye on things. So Gilead under pressure actually feels pretty nice to me. I'll update the Gilead spreadsheet. Boys in the Hood under pressure there at 950 puts. Johnson & Johnson at 99% because Johnson & Johnson is at what? 151.57. So I may actually add 100 shares of Johnson & Johnson tomorrow if they're down. Just because where's that company going? It's going nowhere, and they make dollar bills. So On Semiconductor, taking it on the chin today, so much so that my $83 puts, I think, are underwater. $83 puts, yeah, it's at 81.16, down 4.62% today. So if you look at the financials on Semiconductor, they're just raking dough. I'm not saying that the valuation is accurate. I don't know. That's not for me to decide, but if I can own a quality company that I think over time for sure goes up and I can make money with premium, then I'm going to do so. Path, these should be under pressure. 1450 puts on Path. Oh, I don't know why that's surprising me that they were down 5.44%, but that number only reached 1513. So I'm still hanging on for dear life, but in decent shape there. But we'll keep an eye on all of these. Palantir, $15 puts, still hanging in there. PayPal, $52 puts. Those are probably underwater. Gurgle. 51.50, but hey, $52. So we'll look at what the math will be depending on what's going on tomorrow. If the market's down again tomorrow, I'll probably look at the math with you tomorrow on should we take these at 52 or roll them, because if it's going to be close to 52, I'll take them and then immediately start to sell covered calls on green days and then just collect premium on PayPal, which is, you look at their balance sheet, you look at their revenue, it's a great company. Yeah, they're not growing like a growth company or like they were for many years, but it doesn't mean that they can't write a check for a company like Robinhood and then just bring them into the fold. And then Elon Musk says, I must have both of you for my platform X, for my super app, because that will eventually happen, whether it's PayPal and Robinhood, it'll be somebody. SoFi calls are good only because SoFi is down. I did buy 300 shares of SoFi today. We'll go over that in just a second. Teabag, the AT&T 1550 calls doing well. Teladoc was just dog meat today. So that's why these $20 calls are sitting pretty. Target at 96%, Tesla at 99% because Tesla is way down in its whiskey. In fact, I might add 100 shares of Tesla tomorrow. Again, depending on what the tea leaves tell me with regard to the Elliott wave theory and Fibonacci retracement. UPS, where are they at? They can't be under 146, can they? They're not, but they're trying to be at 147.96, but it's still UPS, a great company, a dividend paying company, and we're going into UPS's rake and money season. I should know. I used to work there. I used to work at the U, the P, and the S back in my early days. Where else we got? I know we got a ton of them on the slate. A couple more to go there. We got Verizon. These calls are currently underwater, which is fine. I'll roll those because I don't want to let them go. Verizon pays me a nice divvy, and then I make a little extra icing on the cake with the premiums. Same with Walgreens. Walgreens at 98% here. we've collected some money with them as well. So what have we done? We haven't done much this week, but we've still put some money in the bank. So let's go back to Monday. Monday. See, only 2 moves on Monday. Starbucks and Square ended up having a good day to roll those because, they're both of those are down, and like Square is down big today. Collected $1,137 in premium on Tuesday. We had the Defend, the Win, and the Cummings. And Defend is a 3 times levered defense ETF. So with the defense stocks in its holding, Raytheon, L3 Harris, companies like that, it is 3 times levered though. So it can really put a hurting on you, or it can make you a lot of premium like this, $360 on 4 contracts, less than 1 month out. So all 3 of those told $1,292. I don't know if I told you, but like on Friday, I think it was Friday. It was Friday. On Friday, I did collect 100 shares of Cummings for $220 a share. So it's currently trading at like 218 and change. Just turned around, sold the 220s into 1117 expiration, $620 in premium, $1292 yesterday, and then today Arista Networks, I rolled the call at 182.50, and then Arista Networks just went shoots and ladders on us downtown, took the elevator down after hours. So I got to look into that. I'm assuming they reported their earnings and it was bad. So we'll look. It's a great company. Everything I've reviewed on it, revenues were amazing. So hopefully it's an overreaction, but I think I rolled that just in time. Out 1 week and collected, it had to be earnings because that was why the volatility was so high. Collected $515 for doing so. Merck, I sold those 4 contracts that I was talking about for $140. Put 5 big Mo's on the board. That's Altria Group, Puff Puff Pass for $60. And then I did a little buy-in. I bought some Datadog, 100 shares at $81.98. I bought 300 shares of SoFi at $7.12, and then I did buy 100 shares of Meta at $299.08. Meta had an amazing earnings report. In fact, here's a little bit about it right now. Revenues rose 23% to $34.1 billion. And then this is a big one. Okay, so they had costs and expenses declining 7%. So operating income for the quarter jumped 143% to $13.75 billion. Hello. Their operating margins doubled year over year to 40%. Yes. And net income responded by jumping 164% to 11.58 billion, and a year ago it was at 4.4. So way to go, Zuck, bringing home the bacon. Ranked number 1 in industry. Who else is close to number 1? Anything? Like nothing else stands out as to companies I would own. I would for sure own Google all day. They're taking it on the chin. If they go down again tomorrow, then we might have to get back in on the Googler. So, because if you look at Google's numbers, their ad revenues were really good, just like Meta's were really, really good. Things to consider. So at some point, Google becomes a deal again, right? So let's go to the Ouija board and check out what we were talking about on Monday. So this is it's like a 6-month chart. So if we look at, that would have been those July highs, okay, on the S&P around 4,600. Took the train down, then back up for wave 2, wave 3 down, all the way to around that 42.20 range, pop back up to 43.80 like we were talking about, and now it's on its way down, okay? And we ended, so where you see that red line, it doesn't show up well here, but on Monday, that's where I left that red line, and it has continued down, because what we need, according to Elliott wave theory, for this to complete is we need that 5th leg down to be lower than where the 3rd leg ended. Okay, so that's where we're at now. Because if you look at close today was 41.86, and this is the SPX which follows and tracks the S&P 500. So there's our close at 4186. And on Monday, what we talked about was if it breaks if it doesn't support at 4250, then it's going down the to 4200. And if it doesn't hold 4200, then the next big number to look at would be like the 4165 to 4160 range. If it doesn't hold that support, and this should come out in the next couple of days, if it doesn't hold that support of the 4165/4160, then we could be white knuckling it. Now, if it bounces off of that 4165, then breaks back through the 42, the 4250, and reaches the 43, yep, then we're going to 4600 according to my rookie predictions and my Magic 8 Ball. So that's what I'll be looking at tomorrow. That's why I haven't done a great deal this week, because I want to see, like, can I have a crystal ball give me some idea that we are going to go into a favorable November and December, catch that Santa Claus rally, make some money on both share appreciation and premiums and dividends and all the good stuff that we like. So that's what we'll be keeping an eye on. So I just wanted to check in here on this Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Make sure to leave me all the comments you could ever do. In fact, I'm going to go back and answer comments from Monday's video because I have yet to do that. So congratulations to the Arizona Diamondbacks. I was actually rooting on the Phillies just because I like the cut of their roster's jib. I think those players are exciting. I love Kyle Schwarber, former Cub, former IU baseball player, and I don't think he ever graduated, but he'll probably go back and graduate. And Bryce Harper, a lot of people don't like him. I love him. But you got to give the Diamondbacks credit. They've got a great young roster. And I was happy to see Texas beat Houston. So the Rangers, that should be an interesting World Series. Although I think for television ratings, the Astros and the Phillies would have been great to repeat again. So that's that. Max Verstappen won another F1 race. He's my favorite driver and has been, even when Lewis Hamilton was dominating, Max was my favorite. So now Max is dominating. And then, of course, my Packers took it on the chin again. Wow, wow, wow. But they'll be back. We'll be all right. The Packers will be just fine. So thanks for tuning in, listening to all the rambling there at the end. And I'll probably see you again tomorrow. And hopefully Mr. T won't tell us that the prediction is pain. See you then.